Good morning, guys. Just getting ready here. Just getting organised. First thing in the morning. Now, as promised, I said a couple of vlogs back that I was going to show you some sketchbooks. I think I'll button this up just to have that mic there. You see I've been shaved. Don't say I'm not good to yous. I get shaved for yous. I was doing a shave, so anyway. I'm definitely going to have to get a pin for this this mic. Look at this palaver. I need the two hands, you see. Right, that should do it. That should do it. Right, first sketchbook. You've seen this one. This is the watercolour I did the other day. Sorry guys, I had to move position there. What a palaver, eh? I moved into my hall. There was just a lot of interference coming through the chimney there with the wind. There's a heavy wind today, so even with this mic it would show through. So anyway, let's get this started at last. Give me a minute. Now we can get started. That's better. What I've done is I found the old crocodile clip from my older external mic, which doesn't work with this camera, so I've used that instead. It's clipped on, so at least I've solved that problem. Sorry about that. What a palaver this morning, but you've seen I've been busy, so I've been getting shaved and whatever and all this thing. So I was showing you, if I can find it, the book, the notebooks. Yeah, here it's. Right, as promised, in a previous vlog I said to you that I was going to show you some various notebooks that I use and what I think's best and what's overrated and whatever. I haven't had a lot of notebooks, as you would gather, so, well, you would gather that I would have loads and loads of sketchbooks and whatever I have over the years, but not at the moment. I haven't. I've got, I think I've got about 10 to 15 or something like that, all various parts of the house. I've got them stashed and whatever, just so that they're handy at different positions of the house. If I see one, I'll just pick one up and start sketching. You know what I mean? You probably know as yourself as an artist that you've got sketchbooks in bags, you've got sketchbooks in cupboards, you've got sketchbooks at your sofa. So they're just handy for when you get an idea and you just pick them up and start sketching. But this is the latest one I've got, as I showed you. It's from Boldmere. And that's the one I was using the other day, as I was trying to tell you through there. But we've had to move location. And you can see I've put a jumper on because it's quite chilly this morning again. Anyway, that is the latest sketchbook that I'm using. It's Boldmere, and it's an A4 field sketchbook, 48 sheets from the Works. When I say Tesco's there, the Works. And that was, I think it was $6.99. Yeah, I think that one was, I think, $6.99. I'll double check. But I think that one was $6.99, and it's 48 sheets, so that's very, very reasonable. Now, I'll show you my field sketchbook. Well, before that, I'll show you. This is a cheap sketchbook. It's £1 from Crawford and Black's. Just another field sketchbook. Let's see if I've got some. This is all abstract paintings and whatever. This is the book I've kept especially for abstract coloured paintings, and I'll keep these. They can also be used as backgrounds for subjects and whatever. So that's a sketchbook I'm actually using at the moment. I don't know if you can see there, but there's a fox sketched on that one. So I've got that one to complete. So that one was £1, but that was a few years back. That's going back a number of years, but you probably still can get them. That's an A5 sketchbook, 72 sheets, 130 grams, high quality white cartridge, spiral bound and yeah, spiral bound. But that was a quid. A very number of years, maybe 10 years ago. So I don't know if they still even make these ones, A5 sketch pads, because that one there, the A4 sketch pad, that's the latest one, and that's the one that I prefer at the moment. Here's another one, a Boldmere. That one is a field sketchbook. Let you see that one. It's a pretty good landscape one. Lean back. You see them? Beers, not completed yet. The landscape. May as well had it that way. Landscape. More landscape. A hern that's to be completed. A salmon that's to be completed. Just sketchbooks are just for quickly jotting down any ideas that you have, and then you can go back to them. These are mainly landscapes. Yeah. So that one's, this is quite a thicker paper. I think this is a 300 gram. A 300 gram sketchbook, more abstracts and oils. The reason that I've put oils in this one is because of the thickness of the paper. I found it wasn't that ideal with watercolour, but it's a good book, good profile, the landscape profile. So that's, I think I paid this was about 10 years ago as well, and that was, just trying to think, because a number of years back you just can't remember the prices, but I wouldn't have paid any more than $4.99 for that at the time. It's a hardback sketchbook, which you need if you're out and about. Instead of taking a board out, you've got the board there, hardback. So what's next? That was the Works as well. You'll find that my supplier sketchbooks, I prefer the Works. I do send off on eBay as well, but I prefer the works, as you'll probably see why. This is a leather bound sketchbook. I use this one quite a lot. This cost me $14.99 at the time. I think they're up to about £20+ now. But this is a leather bound. You go on eBay and you'll get these for maybe £20+. And as I said, it's leather bound. I've used this quite a lot. Got a little blue tip there. You see it's all leather, pure leather. A little blue tip there amongst the berries. More abstract. These, I've used excess paint that's been on my palette, and I hate waste of paint. I don't know about you, but I hate even the thought of wasting paint because it's that expensive nowadays. So what I do with the excess paint, I go to one of my sketchbooks and I'll get rid of the excess paint as a background. A little tip for you there. Never ever waste paint. If you've got a sketchbook hanging about, just get the old brush out and do some backgrounds. Tudor paint in there. Quick sketch. There's probably been excess paint I had as well. Yeah. Excess paint, you see. I just do abstracts and whatever. Yeah, this one was, I think it was $24.99 this, when I think back. And it's leather bound. You're paying for the leather, not the actual paper inside. And what I'm going to tell you is, the actual paper inside is not all that well prepared to accept paint, if you know what I mean. Because it's a kind of, if you look closely, it's a kind of felty feel. So it soaks in a lot of paint. So what I do is, if I've got my gesso paint, I'll cover that first if I want to do something like a thin coated subject, not a thickly painted oil. If I'm doing oils, I just put the oil straight onto this paper. But it's a kind of felty paper, so it soaks in. So your watercolour, you would need to go over it a couple of times, if you know what I mean, before it soaks in. So before that, I'd advise you to just put a thin coating of gesso in there so that it takes away the absorbent paper. Yeah, so that's a good one. That's one that I really like, and I've got lots to fill in there yet, so that goes about with me quite a bit. And as you can see, it's a nice looking notebook. These are mainly used for diaries and what would you call it? Diaries, and for people writing on. But I prefer to use them for my sketches. Nobody says you can't. I'll go on to another leather bound. This has got a nice catch, and this was expensive. I think this was about $34.99. And that was another 10 years ago. So these will be up in price as well. As common, the higher, the bigger the notebook, then the higher the price. That's normal. I'll let you see a couple of things that I've sketched into it. This is another one that's got that type of paper for writing on, not for drawing on. So, well, here's one here that I've done. It just shows you nothing prepared on the page itself. It's just a straight on watercolour, and you can see what I mean by soaking it in. So I'll have to go over that again with deeper colours, as per normal with watercolours. But this is an example of how this type of paper soaks in the paint. Another sketch, a little hair. It's called the sketchbook, so you sketch, so I'll go back to it and I'll paint it at a different time. Mr. Piggy, Mr. Pig, or Mrs. Pig, another pig. See, I've been about the paint getting soaked in. So I'll go back to these. There's a sketch I've done over here. It tastes great to pencil. Well, it is a writing book, isn't it? Woodpecker. Yeah. This, it doesn't, I can't remember exactly how many pages are in this, but look how thick it is. There must be, what do I think, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 100 pages. You know what I mean? You can see it's nicely bound. So if you take each of these sleeves, there's about 20 sheets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 100 sheets there, which is good. Sketchbooks are lovely because whatever comes in your mind, you just put down. So this one, oh, my Leafy. There's Leafy. I don't know if you remember that vlog. I used this notebook to paint a version of Leafy. So dear to my heart. Yeah. They said this one was 30 odd pounds, so. Abstracts. Anyway, that's that one. That one's pretty full of sketches and pencil drawings and whatever. So that's the most expensive one that I have in my collection, i.e. leather bound, but I wouldn't part with that, so that'll take a wee bit of filling. Next, we're going to a bigger one now. This vlog is going on, so I need to hurry up. There you are. Sketchbook. Roe deer. I think this was excess paint as well, but I had drawn in the sketch, i.e. as you've seen the one before, the penciled in sketches. When I've got excess paint, I'll go back and I'll put in the backgrounds for them, just like this. So that I just need to go back and colour Mr. Roe deer in. Same with that one. Barn owl. Of course, I've got to have all different details round about, trees and whatever if I wanted, but there you are. This notebook is, what size is this? That's an A3 size. This is an A3 size and it's from the Works as well. This one was, I think it was £8.99 and it's must have about 50 sheets in it as well, 47, 50 sheets. So anyway, there's a thrush. This one's from the Works as well, and I think it's a 150 gram paper, which I prefer in notebooks. An osprey. Still got some detail to put into that. Yeah. I'm just showing you the different sketches and whatever. Barn owl. I'm going to be doing a barn owl. Well, I'm going to be touching up my barn owl, the midnight barn owl. I think I called it midnight owl. Now, if you have a look closely at that, you'll see the sketch of a hare. There's his head, ears, and the body. So once that's filled in, that should stand out great with that background. I hope this is giving you loads of ideas. Another midnight owl. I think this was the prototype that I used to sketch before I transferred it to a bigger painting. The bigger painting, this was just the idea coming into my mind with the sketchbooks, because that's what sketchbooks are all about, giving you ideas and whatever. Yeah. Another barn owl. A landscape. Yeah. You get the idea of sketchbooks, don't you? They're there, they're handy to pick up. And that's what it says to you. I've got them all over the home, just so that I can pick them up if I get an idea and quickly jot it down. Then I'll go and put some backgrounds in and whatever. But yeah, that one, as I said, is £8.99. I've got this one's pretty full. This sketch of a salmon, a fish. Yeah, this one's pretty full. Anyway, we'll leave that one. We'll go on to, I think, one of the last ones that I've got here, because I understand I've got loads. I've got loads, but it's just giving the idea of the prices and how I use them and whatever. This is another one. That's another one of those A3s. I've got maybe about 6 or 7 of these. With different various sketches in them, but yeah, this is what I want to show you. This is my field sketchbook. This is the one I take out with me. It's fully waterproofed. It's an old map container. It's an old map container that I had a map in when I used to go exploring all different places. I had a map in here. So I wouldn't get lost, but I took the map out and I've used it for, and the make of it is outdoor designs, but I've used it for my outdoor sketchbooks, because as you can see, it's fully waterproof. Anything inside here keeps fully waterproof. It's made of PVC plastic with Velcro fastening, so the water will never ever get into that. But I carry my sketchbook and my crayons and whatever, my pencils. So I'll show you. This is the one that I want to show you. Pencils, whatever in there. But anyway, that's a cheap one. This is for the pound shop. Another version of Leafy. That was one I done in Leafy's forest, just standing when I had the sketchbook there. That was the first idea that I had of them. But anyway, that was £1 out the pound shop, and there must be about 30 sheets there. Thin paper again, maybe 100 gram weight. So that was £1 at the pound shop, and it's A4, A4, A3, A5, A3. I think that's an A5 size, postcard size. This is one that's not open. It's still sealed, but I got this for free with a box of paints, box of watercolour paints. So that's another postcard size A5. So that was a free one. I just keep it in that package there, just the sketchbook carrier that I've got, just in case I run out of any other ones, which I don't think I will. But this is the one I want to show you. This one I bought off Amazon, and it's a moleskin, expensive moleskin sketchbook. You'll probably have seen them on Amazon or eBay, and this was $15.99. Now, I got an advert through my computer saying that this was one of the best sketchbooks, and it gave you a video of a guy sketching it and whatever, and he done some beautiful sketches in it. So I bought it for $15.99, and it is a good sketchbook. This is the one I used in the video up in Heathfield, where I seen those pheasants and Mr. Fox stretching out. I love doing that, stretching out fox. You've probably seen a few of those paintings. I've got the one there. Can you see that? Yeah. I've penciled in a kite, a red kite, and I've done the background there. So anyway, what I want to say about this sketchbook is $15.99. It says it's moleskin. It's very, very thin moleskin, but it's $15.99. I can't even remember the name. There's a name on it. Yeah, it says moleskin there, and blemish, but it doesn't give you a name. $15.99. Guys, see this here? This one here, from Boldmere, A4 field sketchbook, 48 sheets. That's the one that I did. Oh, sorry, the fox. I'd have this over this any days. Any days. Far superior to for the paint to adhere to it. This is okay. The paint adheres to this great as well. But for value for money, $7.99, $15.99. So this will be the one and only moleskin A5 size that I buy. So I'd hate to see what size this is in the moleskin. But yeah, I thought I'd come on and let you see the different prices and whatever. So my favourite place to buy sketchbooks is the Works. And if you ever visit the Works shop, you'll see a multitude of different sizes of these sketchbooks. But as it says, I don't think you'll go wrong in buying them. And I ain't sponsored or nothing. I'm just letting you know my experience with sketchbooks. These ones absorb a lot of your paint, and that has to have a pre-prepared surface, I would recommend, but they're still good if you like a leather bound notebook. This is the one I prefer. The moleskin, expensive, a little bit more expensive than what I'd like to pay, but I thought I'd try it. You've got to try it. You know what I mean? You don't know these things until you try it. So what I'm doing is, in this vlog, is letting you see all the different various notebooks. So anyway, after all the palaver there, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It gives you a wee bit of experience, and I won't be changing any of my notebooks from the Works. I think it's one of the best for notebooks, for price wise and quality wise. Dare say that I will be purchasing more notebooks. Everybody's curious, so I've got to purchase notebooks from different companies and whatever on eBay over the coming years, and I'll let you know how I get on with those. But yeah, quite a few piles of notebooks. Sketchbooks. I keep saying notebooks, sketchbooks. Anyway, let's get on with the next vlog. That little clip there, see? I'll show you. I can get it off. Yeah, just a crocodile clip. Anyway, it works. Bye bye. Breakfast time.